Hey there, welcome to the JeepSolid garage. So we've got a few issues with PJ's bodywork. Let's go take a quick look at that. PJ is my 1992 Jeep Wrangler YJ, and it's a bit rough. It's the perfect vehicle for me to practice bodywork on, and because it's got a lot of little warbles and crinkles, lots of stuff that needs to be done to this. Back here on the driver's side, I think this has been rolled at some point, so very good vehicle for me to practice on. What we're going to focus on today, though, is right here. This is the perfect opportunity for me to practice a little patch welding on the body. So let's see if we can pick this up on camera. We're going to grind this down. We're going to sand this off just to expose what all is rusted here. You can see it's rusted all the way through in some spots. There's a little dimpling like here. I think it stops like right over here. So just a small area to patch. We're gonna see how well a complete amateur will do. And maybe from this angle, you can kind of see how it's a bit warbled, I call it. But you know, crinkled, whatever you want to describe that as. It's not completely flat. Got a little like bowing there. But this is the area we're gonna work on just to see how well we can weld that in. So if I wanted to take the easy way out, and what most people might do in this situation is take a little Bondo, a little body filler, just sand this down, paste it up with some body filler and call it good. But I really want to learn body work, so I think this is a good opportunity to do that. So let's get the flap wheel and sand this off and see what we got. Okay, now I've got this marked out where I want it, roughly where I want my patch to be. I'm gonna take my cutoff wheel and go around here, and actually I'm gonna cut out the inside here. This is 2 layers thick. I'm only replacing the outer layer. The inner layer, I don't care about. It's just cosmetic. If this outer layer is replaced, I'll be happy with that. The inner layer, it's got some rust on it as well, but I'm just gonna hit it with some primer and call it good. This is just to practice my body patch skills, and we'll see how this goes. My motto is, don't make it worse. All right, we got this panel cut away. Just actually pretty happy with how that came off. Was able to cut through that one layer without damaging underneath, but obviously this is more than just a little bit of cosmetic. This is part of like the A pillar. Actually, well, I'm not sure if it's A, but one of the pillars that goes up. Severe rust damage there. I'm not gonna dig into that though. If I start digging into rust like that on this Jeep, I'll end up replacing the entire body, which I'm not doing. Right now, I am just practicing body work. So I'll probably have some haters that bash on me, but that's fine. We're learning here. So I am gonna hit this with, a wire wheel, clean it up a little bit, hit it with some rust preventative paint just to prevent that from getting any worse, because I don't know, it's still got some meat on it on the sides, but this front face there is just all chewed up. So anyways, I'm gonna clean that up a little bit, hit it with a little bit of paint, and call that good for now. Okay, so here's our old piece and our new piece. And I was folding the bottom edge here for this little lip that goes on the bottom, because right on the bottom of the Jeep here, you got this little lip down underneath. So the new patch will fit in just like that, and I will butt weld that in. We'll see how this goes. But I need to do a little more marking and trimming, because for this little lip down here to sit up flush with the lip that's there, I actually need it up here like that. So I need to trim off just a hair, just a skosh, a smidgen off the bottom here, so that this panel will raise up just a little bit and can sit flush like that. There we go. Now that panel will go up high enough so that bottom lip will be lined up. So next step, we're going to just tack weld this on real quick. Just a couple little tacks to hold it in place, and then we will continue from there. So this repair is using this 18 gauge metal. And do you know how much experience I have doing body panel welding on 18 gauge metal?
I've got zero experience. Never done it.
I hear it's fairly easy to blow holes in it. So replacing a body little patch like that's probably not the best place to start. So I've got a couple pieces of scrap here, and on the back of my Jeep here, I've got a little spot here where the tailgate, it's just kind of like cracked, pulled away. I think where the latch just kind of beats on it. I can kind of push that in and get it flush. So I thought I'd start out doing a little bit of practice body work welding. So I've got my table set up here. Let's give this a try. We'll try butt welding a couple of these little 18 gauge pieces together here. See how this goes. All right, I think I got this dialed in where I want it. So I got a couple good spot welds there. That's what I'm going for. Tried to run a little bead here, blew through there, turned down the heat a little bit. Got good penetration, so I think we'll give it a try on the tailgate. And remember, my motto here is don't make it worse. But also, I hope that this can, I don't know, just show, like, don't be afraid to try new things. Like, that's the only way you're gonna learn new stuff and get better at things. Give it a try. You're gonna mess up, but that's okay. That's how you get better. Nobody gets it perfect first time. Well, there we go. Take a look at that. Not bad at all. Take it. That crack is gone. The metal's all lined back up. I am happy with that on my liftgate there. That's awesome. So, what do you say we step it up a notch and try butt welding this panel in here? This is definitely going to be more challenging than just welding a little crack, but I think I can do it. I think I can. Okay, not pretty, but we just got it tacked down a little bit. One of the keys, from my understanding, is you go slow. You gotta be real careful with heat on doing this. And I'm taking a lot of these tips from a channel called Fitzee's Fabrication. I think that's what it's called. I'll link it down below because he does some great work, and I'm using a lot of his tips here. The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna cut along the edge here at a 45-degree angle so that this top panel will, it's on top right now. We're gonna cut it at a 45-degree angle with our cutoff wheels so that that top piece falls down in place. We're only gonna do it like one section at a time and then go along and weld that up. It's gonna take a little while, but we'll get it done. We have this little extra piece now, right, because this was overlapped. So now we've cut this away. We'll get that out of the way. So there we go, we're gonna do that on each side, and then with that gone, this panel should push down nicely and be pretty flush there, so I can go ahead and finish tacking this down up to about here, then I'll cut across the top, just continue that same process around the other edges. Okay, now this is not going great. I do like how the panel is sitting down flush against the body there, but as you can see, I'm blowing through. So I think I've got too much heat, or I'm spending too much time in one spot. So I'm gonna go back and we are gonna do some more practice welding on this 18 gauge steel here, just to dial in the settings. So I just need to get a little bit better at that. Let's practice a little bit more and then we'll get back to it. And if you guys have tips or tricks, things that you see that I'm doing wrong here, I'm totally open to constructive feedback. Let me know what you think of my welds here. And I'm welding with, what is it, 030 wire and 18 gauge steel here. But yeah, sometimes it takes trial and error, but we'll get it. Alrighty, well, this is going a lot better now. A little bit of practice goes a long way, so we're making some good progress. It looks ugly right now, but we're gonna grind this down and get a nice smooth finish when we're all done. I just have a few little pinholes here. I still gotta go around and spot weld, but we're making good progress. We're learning. That is looking pretty good. Being that I can barely tell where the seam was, I'll take it. I'm just gonna hit it with a little bit of primer. Don't want it to start rusting on me. But I'm gonna sand and paint this whole project, so it doesn't really matter. So there you go. Don't be afraid to try something new. You're not gonna be great at it like I wasn't when I first started this, but I got it done. I'm actually happy with how that turned out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and be sure to check out my next video right up here. Have a good day.